Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakhya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadagammalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunathanyatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanyatamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Gandha Radha Gandha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Buddhasya Namne Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Buddhasya Madashila Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachati Desayati Tarine Mukam Karoti Vajalam Pangam Lingade Girim Yat Kripadam Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyameswaram Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret Nashtaprayasha Vatresham Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanacha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamalini Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajankre. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 29, Text 29 and 30. So let me go share my screen, okay? Okay, that is not it. I should bring up. Sorry. 29. 29. Okay, so share screen. Oh no. Oh, it's sorry, just taking. Where is my Hare Krishna? Where is my yeah. So this one. Okay. Sorry, I'm not getting the share screen. Let me read. Okay. Sorry. So text 29. Tatrapi sparsha vedibhya pravara rasavedinaha tebhyo gandhavidaha sreshtas tataha shabdavido varaha. One more time. Tatrapi sparshavedibhya pravara rasavedinaha tebhyo gandhavidaha sreshtas tata shabdavido varaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Among the living entities who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of taste are better than those who have developed only the sense of touch. Better than them are those who have developed the sense of smell, and better still are those who have developed the sense of hearing. Purport. Although Westerners accept that Darwin first expounded the doctrine of evolution, the science of anthropology is not new. The development of the evolutionary process was known long before from the Bhagavatam, which was written 5,000 years ago. There are records of the statements of Kapila Muni, who was present almost in the beginning of the creation. This knowledge has existed since the Vedic time, and all these sequences are disclosed in Vedic literature. The theory of gradual evolution or anthropology is not new to the Vedas. It is said here that amongst the trees there are also evolutionary processes. The different kinds of trees have touch perception. It is said that better than the trees are the fish, because fish have developed the sense of taste. Better than the fish are the bees, who have developed the sense of smell. And better than them are the serpents, because serpents have developed the sense of hearing. In the darkness of night, a snake can find its eatable simply by hearing the frog's very pleasant cry. The snake can understand there is the frog, and he captures the frog simply because of its sound vibration. This example is sometimes given for persons who vibrate sound simply for death. One may have a very nice tongue that can vibrate sound like the frogs, but that kind of vibration is simply calling death. The best use of the tongue and of sound vibration is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That will protect one from the hands of cruel death. So we'll read 30 also and then go into discussions. 30 is a short verse. Rupa Veda Vidastatra Tatascho Abhayato Dadaham Tatascho Bhayato Dadaham Tesham Behupada Sreshtas Chadushpadastato Dipat. Rupa Veda Vidastatra Tatascho Dadaha Tesham Behupada Sreshtas Chatushpadas Tato Dvipat. Better than those living entities who can perceive sound are those who can distinguish between one form and another. Better than them are those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth. And better still are those who have many legs. Better than them are the quadrupeds. Better still are the human beings. It is said that certain birds, such as crows, can distinguish one form from another. Living entities that have many legs, like the wasp, are better than plants and grasses, which have no legs. Four-legged animals are better than many-legged living entities, and better than the animals is the human being who has only two legs. Krishna. Hare Krishna. I am not able to get back to my. Here is the screen. Okay, okay. So, okay. So here we are. So, okay. So we'll go back to. So in this chapter, Lord Kapiladev is describing to Mother Devahuti the process of devotional service in detail. She's asking, please describe in detail for the good of all. And Lord has already, in the initial section of this chapter, described devotion, practicing devotion in the modes of nature. That is mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And then what is a pure devotion? And then he has also discussed the type of devotees, that is Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari is the beginner who only can connect to the temple worship. I mean, he does not see the all-pervading Paramatma form of the Lord present in each and every living entity, and even in inanimate things. So, so he lacks the vision to see all our, all our souls. He thinks, he looks at them in a very broadly, like discriminating the bodily types. Whereas Uttamadhikari sees everybody with an equal vision. That is, he is seeing Paramatma form present in even the inanimate objects, the trees, the animals, and then, of course, humans of all kinds. So here, then Lord went into the evolution of the evolution of the species, so to say, which we normally think is only scientist territory, but it is here in Bhagavatam, which was, and this was spoken by Lord Kapiladeva in Satyuga, that is in the beginning of creation, Srila Prabhupada says in purport. So, Lord, who is the creator, he knows how the soul transmigrates from one type of body to the next. And so he doesn't need any lessons from science, our physical science. So here he is saying, yesterday we discussed about Vashana Mataji gave a very nice, beautiful class about those living entities that are like of a low, they have the sense perception in that they can see like trees. And they have developed the sense perception of being able to see. So trees was an example. We know that trees grow, when they are restricted by the presence of other, thick greenery around them. They find ways to grow out and get the light for themselves. So this was known from a very long time. And yesterday when we were discussing the trees topic, I remembered later on about the Pracheta story, in which the Prachetas, after performing their severe austerities, everything, they have come back to their father. And Lord Vishnu himself blesses them, comes and blesses them. Lord is so pleased with their cooperation. All the prachetas together went in to perform severe austerities, and they met Lord Shiva, and took his blessings. And so now Lord Vishnu is suggesting that they marry the daughter of sage Kandu and Pramlocha, who was brought up by the trees. I mean, the trees were the foster parent of this young girl. This is because Sage Kandu was advancing spiritually with his very nicely, and then Lord Indra has always become very insecure, and he sends one of the heavenly girls, Pramlocha, to divert him, distract him. And so through their union, this child was born, and she went back to the heavenly planets, leaving the child in the care of the trees. I was wondering how the trees would have nurtured a baby. Anyway, it is said that, just a little digression, it is said that when the baby cried because of hunger, the king of the forest, moon god, put his finger to her mouth, and then she was able to suck the nectar out of his hand. So like that is the trees have their consciousness. And there is this was one story from Bhagavatam itself. And now we are going to discuss those species has developed a sense of those who have developed the sense of smell, and better still are those who have developed the sense of hearing. So those who have developed the smell, the bees are the example, and the fish are developed the sense of taste, and the bees are example of those who can smell. And the bees go around from fragrant flowers and collect honey that way. And then there is the snake, which has developed the sense of hearing. And the snake has nothing to do to hunt for its prey, but here using its ears, it hears the frog croaking, and then it is said that the frog is inviting death by making his sound, and by his loud speaking. And snake go and catch hold of the frog like that. So this is also used used an analogy for those who indiscriminately use speech, the power of speech, to invite their own death. So much quarrel and fighting happens because of their, unnecessary speaking about topics which may be objectionable to each other. They have different points of view. They argue. They become enemies and whatnot, and then they may even kill each other. So uh, these days, even road rage is sufficient to invite death on us. So imagine how there are so many groups out there, the left wing and the right side, and they simply reply by using the gun. Whoever speaks against. So that is how, whereas Srila Prabhupada is saying the power of speech for the human being, it is who has come all the way in evolution, is to develop his spirituality or his relation, to awaken his relationship with the Lord through the Shabda Brahman, by hearing, speaking, and chanting and hearing. Especially Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given for this age of Kali, this is the means, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now we'll go to the next verse, text 30. That is here, those living entities who can perceive sound better than those who can hear are those who can distinguish between one form and another. That is the power of vision, development of eyes. And better than those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth. So, and better still are those who have many legs, and better than them are the quadrupeds, and better still are the human beings. I don't think our ordinary science textbooks consider evolution in this order, but here this is a Bhagavatam's perception of evolution happening. That is the development of the senses. And here is the very powerful one, the sight. And then distinguishing between one form and another. And better than are those that developed upper and lower sets of teeth. And then there are those who have many legs, like so many insects are out there who have many legs. And then the quadrupeds like the cows, the tiger, the elephant, all those. And then we have the two-legged ones, that is the human beings. Now the human beings, so we know where this discussion is going to go. The human being is not a two-legged animal. He has to come to the level of a human being by exercising his powers of perception and the Brahma Jijnasa that is placed in him by the Lord. That is the power to inquire, who am I ultimately, which none of the other animals seem to have. We know our experience, all the animals. That is where our definition of the consciousness by Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, that is the three types of consciousness. That is, the trees, they are like the embryo in the womb. They have no freedom. They are just, they cannot move. They have no freedom of movement. They are there, localized, very much there. And the animals, they can move around, but their consciousness is compared to a mirror covered by dust. How can you see using such a mirror? Whereas the human consciousness, according to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, that is like a fire covered by smoke. Fire means the knowledge of the self, but it is covered by smoke. He has to develop by fanning the flames, then only he can come to his full consciousness. And then we have no, so the Lord has said in the Kanishta Adhikari sees only the Lord in the temple. He doesn't have the vision to see the Paramatma dwelling in the hearts of all living entities. So this is a very, that is like a very initial, I mean, the neophyte stage. And the Madhyama Adhikari, he has, further evolved, and he has a knowledge of the scriptures. He is able to bring those who are, friendly, and inclined towards, spiritual inquiry into their fold, and enable them to study the scriptures and practice spirituality, everything. They are very respectful to the Uttama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari is Paramahamsa, that is, he is Like the Hamsa is known for its power to just drink milk from a mixture of water and milk. So similarly, the Paramahamsa sees only the spiritual, what is substance, nothing of the bodily distinctions or details perturb him. He is very firmly rooted in the spiritual vision. And then, and Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, there are all these of lower consciousness who come to him. The Maya, Apahrita, I mean, the Artha, Artharthi, and the Artha Jitnyasu, Artharthi, and then the wise man, Jnani. So, of all these are progressing according to Krishna. And even if one is of a committed the most abominable kind of actions, if he takes shelter of the Lord and the holy name, Krishna guarantees he will Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. He will become a purified soul and rooted in Dharma. So then Lord says there are these mudhas and Maya Apahrita Jnana, Dushkritina, Naradhama, all these of lower categories of human beings who do not have the sense of spirit soul, I mean spiritual realization at all, and not inclined towards, and the demoniac. So then it is imperative that we make discriminations. The ones who are not Uttamadhikaris to be able to make progress and take association of the sadhus, those who have with evolved consciousness to make progress in the path of spirituality. So here is our, a little the section on bio evolution, and I asked a scientist about this is what Bhagavatam says. How does science describe the evolution? Oh, he was like, oh my goodness, he couldn't understand, take it. So I will end it here. So if you have, we have a couple of minutes, anybody has any comments, discussions, please feel free to use the time. And thank you very much for tolerating my talk and being here. Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhya cha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Tanvat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada. Sorry, I joined in late. I'll go back and listen. But, I was thinking when you were speaking, at least the last few minutes, that, you show us by your example how to daily join the Bhagavatam class and appreciate the messages every single day, like finding something to apply and something practical. But one thought that came to me towards the end when you said the scientist, I was thinking, Dhruta Karma Prabhu once visited us when we were students at Penn State, and he brought with him a book called Human Devolution. And he said, the scientists talk about evolution, but this devolution basically how our consciousness is devolving.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the or rather the evolution is not in the body, the evolution is in the consciousness from animal to human consciousness. So
Yeah.
That was the point he made. I just thought I'll share.
Yeah, very nice point. Thank you. Thank you for your encouraging words. I am just hanging in here, not making much progress, I should say. Yes, the technological advancement has taken away so many faculties that the earlier generations had, like, the kids used to be able to do math so much mentally, until when the calculator came, they don't need to do any mental math. They don't know how much to, to do ordinary transactions itself. Similarly, they so much absorbed in all this media and TV business that their faculty of thinking, analyzing everything is quite destroyed and ruined because these things takes so much of their attention. They have no capacity to think and analyze, for themselves, especially philosophical topics. They have no time for those things, and people are simply working for money. They are jailed in by their companies. Like, they provide food and accommodation, everything. You don't take any time off, because the timelines are so important for them, etc. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we can end the call here. Huh? Have a great Krishna conscious day, everyone. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kaura Pramande. Hare.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.